Hi viewers, I welcome you to Health Arena, or Excel Health Arena. I am Adeola Adegoke. We've been on female genital mutilation for some time. And another episode of female genital mutilation is here. Come with me. Let us discuss more about female genital mutilation. The last time I said I wanted us to put our comments, our reactions, questions, opinions in the comment section. I want you to continue to put your comments, reactions, opinions in the comment section. I want to see what you feel. I want to understand what you feel, what you think about what I have said. Generally also about female genital mutilation. What's your opinion? Now, the last thing I talked about was the reason why female genital mutilation is usually performed. I said they don't want the clitoris to keep growing. I also said that they believe that it would reduce a woman's sexual desire, and as such it will prevent promiscuity, it will preserve her virginity, it will also enhance the male or the man's sexual urge or desire, it will enhance the man's sexuality, something like that. Yeah. Now, that being said, there are lots of problems attached or associated with female genital mutilation. A lot of things that we cannot even imagine. Number one is pain. Yes, I will want to discuss complications or problems as a result of female genital mutilation under two categories. There are those ones that are immediate complications. When I say immediate complications, they are complications or problems that arise from it almost immediately it is performed. Whether while it is being performed, immediately after it is being performed, or shortly after it is being performed. Then there are also the long-term complications. Those are complications that can come over years, even after the procedure has been done, after the deed has been done. These are problems that a woman experiences or undergoes as a result of the female genital mutilation that has been performed on her. Now, number one, I said, is pain. There will be pain because there is no anesthesia or anesthetics used. They don't use it. Now, another thing is bleeding, hemorrhage. The person can bleed to the extent that she will even need blood transfusion. So in the olden days, when female circumcision had been done, there were children, there were babies, girl children that died from pain, neurogenic shock, that died from pain and especially from bleeding. Some have bled to death. So nìkan la kọ sí fún àṣefọmọ lágbájá àṣefọmọ tàmídò ó ṣe jọ ní ó wá ó lè jẹ wá kọkọkọkọ tí ò dá. And so there are occasions when children that had female genital mutilation died because of bleeding. So the bleeding could be immediate, that is ọjọ́ tán ṣe gangan, or days after. Okay, so that is the another complication. Then another one, I talked about shock. There could be neurogenic shock, extreme pain. T-pain, bad day level, that person can go into shock. That person may eventually die. And apart from the neurogenic shock, there is also the risk of hypovolemic shock. Tó bá ti lose blood, tó ti dé level kan, the volume of blood in the system has reduced so much that the body cannot cope with that level of blood in the system again, and the person may die. A person ní di pé yóò máa sweat, gbogbo ẹsẹ̀ ọwọ́ ti tutù, yóò máa ṣomi, yóò máa ṣe wọ́nranwọ̀nran. Before you know it, that child will die. And they will say orí rẹ̀ ní ọ̀rọ̀ mọ́, àìmọye àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n ti circumcise, àìmọye àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n ti àti ṣiṣẹ́ tá a ti dábẹ́ fún, kí ni títí ẹ fi yàtọ̀. This is very, very unfortunate. This is very, very unfortunate. Another thing is there can also be infections. Egbò yẹn ó lè mọ́ jiná bọ̀rọ̀ eventually, because don't forget I said they don't perform it in under hygienic condition. They don't perform it under hygienic condition, and as a result of that, oríṣiríṣi infection ló lè wọlé. Generally infection tí ó wọlé tó máa ó lè di sepsis tí ó di pé yóò tiẹ̀ kárí gbogbo ara, apart from the fact pé ojú ibi tí wọ́n ti ṣe ó wà infected. That infection could go around the whole body, and once that happens, that child may die from sepsis. That is another complication. Now, another complication is tetanus. Tetanus is one of the dangerous, in fact, dangerous problems or disease that happens as a result of invasion of a microorganism that causes tetanus into the body through the wound. I don't want to go into details of tetanus, but the fact remains that tetanus yára pààyàn bàjẹ́. So there are children that have died from tetanus as a result of female circumcision. Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ máa dé o. There are children that have died as a result of, from tetanus as a result of female genital mutilation. Another thing is anemia. Ọmọ tí ó kú as a result of blood loss will suffer blood loss to the extent that oríṣiríṣi wàhálà míì ló máa báyìí títí tọ́lọ́run lè fi ràn lọ́wọ́ tí ó yí jẹ. Nínú ẹ̀, you will discover that ó lè máa mí gúlegúle because there is no enough blood to carry oxygen around the body. Apart from that, irú ọmọ yẹn ó lè weak, ojú ẹ̀ lè máa fi kó máa pòyì, and some other things. God will give us chance. Sometimes, someday, I will talk about anemia on its own. Now, that is one. Another thing is, some people have keloid scar. The kind of scar that, that scar may even be painful. You know what we call scar? Near on the skin, ordinarily. Skin, why elastic? The skin is elastic. When there is keloid formation as a result of a particular wound on the skin, you will discover that the elasticity is gone. That keloid that may even, grow big and big. It depends. And it causes a lot of pain on the child's vulva, on the child's genital area, because there is no elasticity of the tissues of the genitalia again. So different complications. Now, the scarring sometimes, when in fact the infection part of the immediate complication, you will discover that sometimes there could be scarring, there could be infection to the extent that the wound will break down, and when the wound breaks down, the rectum or the anus is behind, the vagina is in front of the rectum, and the bladder is now both on top and slightly in front of the uterus. So in a situation like that, lóòótọ́ vagina ojú ara ni wọ́n ti ṣiṣẹ́, you will discover that the wound will break down to the extent that it will go and link up with the bladder. And once the tissues of the vagina at the anterior part breaks down and it links up with the vagina, that person will be urinating through the vagina and will not know. Instead of urinating through the urethral orifice, ojú ìtọ̀ ó wà lọ́tọ̀, ojú ìtọ̀ máa jápọ̀ mọ́ vagina at the end of the day. If the person is urinating, to be coming from inside the vagina, not even from the urethra again. And that particular one, in fact, it's a big wahala on its own. There are many people, we call it fistula. There are different types of fistula. Fistula is one of the complications